This improved my appointment booking rate for cold calling local businesses such as plumbers, pest control, or it would work for any others such as electricians, roofers, or anyone else. I've just tried it for plumbing and pest control, and it increased from pretty much 0 to 1 to 2% if we're combining all the numbers. But yesterday I booked 5 appointments out of 181 calls that I made, and the first 4 were booked just out of 101 for my first client, and for the second one I booked 1 out of 81. So here is what I changed. The idea was pretty simple. I changed the source of where I'm getting my phone numbers for those prospects, for those businesses, local businesses. And I started, instead of using such tools as Apollo, ZoomInfo, LinkedIn, and enriching phone numbers through LinkedIn, I started just using the resources and phone numbers which are showing their phone numbers that they are basically displaying themselves. They're public business numbers, that they're the ones that they're using for receiving calls from their potential clients. And so it sounds pretty simple, but I didn't do that before. And if you're not doing this, or even if you are doing this already, still listen to this, because I'll give you a few tips that will improve the quality of those prospects that you are getting there, which will allow you to see some more information about it, and also make sure that you're calling not receptionists, but just owners. And there's a simple trick on how you can do this. So after you basically get those numbers, there are a few web options on how you can do this. You can either go to Google and use some instant data scraper extension and scrape from there, but sometimes it's not working very well for me because it's trying to show me companies in my area, even while I'm searching for other cities. And second option is use some Epify or some other scrapers that are scraping from Google Maps, and this is what you can definitely do. It will give you information about their phone number, about their business name, their website, and sometimes it also scrapes a reviews count and what is their basically how many stars they have, like 3, 5, or whatever. And it also can be useful. But what I did use this week, and I started just last week, is I use D7Leads. .com, I think, D7 Leads. You can just search for D7 Leads and you will see this website, and it scrapes, basically, it doesn't scrape, they already have the database, but I guess they're updating it. As they give you phone numbers, they give you website, they don't give you their name, and this is also what we need to cover in this video as well. But they do give you reviews count on Google Maps, they give you reviews count on Yelp, if they have a Yelp account. They give you the number of followers they have on Instagram, Facebook. They give you information if they have a Google Pixel, Facebook Pixel, meaning they already have ran ads on either Google or Facebook, or they're doing it right now. It shows you if they have SEO schema, meaning they've been doing some work with SEO. It shows if their website is mobile friendly, which also means that they kind of did some work with it, but this is not really a useful one. And basically from there you can go and also filter those guys that you got from your results by the number of, let's say, reviews that they had. For example, if you want to target bigger guys, you can do this and filter, for example, from at least 30 reviews to 100, so that they're not too big, but at the same time not too small, and the chance of getting owners is higher. But this is not how we're gonna do this. First, let me also explain the third method that I will try to use today and call that next week. Is called Outscraper. This is the one where you can actually scrape Google Maps, and they can also scrape the websites. After they get them from Google Maps, they can also scrape the websites. They can find the phone number. They can find the email, as it is already saying. I didn't try it, but this is what it says. And I guess it can also maybe give you a founder name. I'm not sure about this one, but I have another method that I'm using myself right now, and it's giving me founders like 50% of the time for all of those results that I got. So there is a lot of like filtering going on, but this is what I do. So I'm pretty sure it gives you a name, but even if it doesn't, you still can call, and most of the time it's going to be a decision maker, because the next steps that we're going to do is we're going to make sure that those phone numbers are not landlines, that they're not fixed numbers like where the receptionist is sitting and waiting for your call, because in most established companies this is going to be the case. So you need to target like smaller ones where the owner is the one who is actually replying to those calls. There are a few tools you can do this with. The first one is clear out phone. You can search for it and it will be there. And another one that I found recently is landline remover. You can also search for this one, and both of them are working pretty fine. And whenever you are inserting your list there, you are importing it and going through this enrichment process, you will have a list of those who have mobile, landline, fixed phone or not. And you can go to Google Spreadsheets and just create a filter and filter it by whatever is the value there. Obviously, you need just mobile. And this is not how I'm doing this myself, because I was a software engineer and I built a tool which is pretty much a Clay analogy, if you know the Clay, but Clay is pretty expensive. It's like $140 a month in the minimum version. So yeah, it's pretty expensive. And I just built a simple analogy myself. And what I do there is it scrapes through their website. So whenever I get those results from Google Maps, it goes to website. It sends all the information on the website to ChatGPT with all the like tags that they have on the website, everything. And ChatGPT basically scrapes through this text and finds out which one is the founder. And it's not expensive. I think I'm not even spending a 1 cent like for each of those websites. So yeah, it's super cheap for me, but you need to basically do some automations there. You can use like something like N8N or make.com or something like this to create this yourself if that's what you want to do. Otherwise, you can try to use Outscraper. I'm pretty sure that they do this stuff as well, as there are some other scrapers that also do this. For example, when you do go on Apify, APIFY, you can search for Google Maps scrapers that also enrich basically information from their websites. They will also search for those founders, and this is what I do pretty much myself. I didn't see that there's an option to do this, so I implemented this myself, and I also think that it's cheaper. And this is where I also added this enrichment for mobile line type, and I have it right in my software as well. So I just press pretty much a few buttons and it goes through the same, through the full table, and it shows what is their type of the line that I have. And then I just filter it by specific line type, but obviously mobile. And from there, I can remove those who didn't found the founder name. I can remove those who are not landlines. And usually I'm getting like around probably 30% of the entire data set that I had in the beginning. So yeah, it's pretty nice. And yeah, this is how you can call founders. You can know their name. You can know that this is a mobile number. Sometimes there is still receptionists, but those receptionists, most of the time, they're some kind of friends, family friends, or maybe like a wife, or the opposite is going to be like a husband and the wife is like a big boss, but it rarely happens. Yeah, so you can still know their names and you can talk to the right person, or even if you don't know the name, you can still call them, and most of the time it's going to be the owner. If you don't have too huge data set, you can do this way. But here's a problem. Whenever you are calling those guys, you may encounter that many of them are pretty small. So obviously, those are the guys who didn't have probably finances or just didn't want to worry about it and didn't hire anyone to answer those calls for them. So they're the ones who are doing this, and it probably means that they don't have money, or at least they don't have enough of those money. And if your services require money, then probably it may be problematic for you. But here's a way you can go with it. You can, as I already previously mentioned, you can filter it by the number of reviews that they have either on Google or Yelp. And for example, from 30 to 100 is what you're gonna filter, and the rest, which is lower than 30, you're not gonna message them, you're not gonna contact them. And for those who have more than 100 reviews, those guys may also be pretty big. But it all really depends on you, and if it says that the mobile number is mobile, most of the time they're not going to be big enough. So even the higher limit, maybe you could even remove it. I tried it a little bit and it worked like pretty much okay, but even without this filter, it was also pretty much fine. But you really need to make sure that you're getting the qualified lead, or maybe you may have a sales call with a person who is not going to be able to invest. But it's totally up to you. You can just start it as it is right now. This is what I'm doing as well. I'm just booking pretty much everyone, and from there I will see which one is qualified, which one is not, and from there I can filter them whenever I do those cold calls. Yeah, unfortunately you cannot know their budget, and this is the beauty of using something like Apollo. But with Apollo there is so few of those leads. Not many plumbers, pest control, or whoever else actually exist on LinkedIn. So Apollo, ZoomInfo, they're mostly using LinkedIn, so you cannot get too much information from there. So this is why you need to use those external methods, and it's pretty simple one. You can even just go on Google Maps and start calling everyone, but I would recommend to first scrape it so that you can go through the enrichment tool and check which ones are mobiles and which one are not, so that you don't waste your time calling those numbers that are not even mobile, where they have receptionists. Yeah, this is how I basically increase my appointment booking rate, and this is what I recommend you to do as well. Have a nice day, and if you want me to implement this potentially for yourself, I'm pretty much booked out with my clients right now. I don't have capacity, but if you reach out to me on LinkedIn, we can chat about it. And maybe if you're watching this in like a few months, then maybe at that point I already have capacity for more clients. So you can even try and book a call with me in the description on my website. Yeah, have an amazing day, and I hope it helped.